හරි. Very good evening to all our viewers. A very good evening to all our viewers joining us live here. It's a great evening for football, and it's the very first day of the Sri Lanka Football Super League that will be kicking off today. And the very first match, the New Youngs taking on the Blue Eagles. It's week 1, match 1, and what a privilege it is to call this game Sri Lanka's top tier of football, top 8 teams battling it out for supremacy. Here from the Sugatadasa Stadium, there will be 9 weeks of grueling football kicking off from today onwards. And all the fans, all of us, will be looking for a lot of exciting football coming up. Because we just had the Champions League finish off a few months ago, where we had some brilliant football played there as well. And with this match today, we'll be beginning the Sri Lanka Super League, consisting of the top 8 football teams in this country. They are your match officials for the day, who will be tasked with ensuring that everything works accordingly, that everything goes smoothly. This will promise to be a high-octane encounter. Both these teams will be looking to start off with a win, to start their campaign with a win, because that will be quite important in building the momentum for this Super League. It's quite interesting to see the roster of players that we have for both these teams as well. Some very familiar faces in there. Players who have come through the ranks of football, and it's good to see some overseas players in the ranks as well, as per usual. And as we know, that extra knowledge of the game would be invaluable, would be an invaluable asset for both these teams, for the teams that they are injected into. Of course, here are the proceedings for the day. Starting off with the traditional Candian dancing. We have our dignitaries following. A lot of fanfare, a lot of pomp that will be injected into this tournament, and rightly so as well. We'll be having the best players battling it out in the following weeks. be having a look at the team cards shortly. For that, of course, and the players basking in the proceedings. The dignitaries greeted onto the ground here. They will be going towards the players for the introductions as well.
The chief guest for today's opening match of the Super League 2026, Mr. Sugat Tilakaratne, Deputy Minister of Sports,
Blue Eagles captain,
accompanied by
Rohan
Mr. Chazuma,
Fernando,
President Football Federation of Sri Lanka,
the New Youngs captain by
along with guest of
Chathura
honors,
Madhushan.
Commodore Ashad
They'll be
Lianarachige,
looking
Chairman,
to
Sri
lead
Lanka
their
Air
team
Force
to
League,
glory here.
and Blue Eagles SC, as well
They'll
as
be looking to start off their campaign with a bang
Youngs FC.
and a very strong performance as well. Both captains, Rohan Fernando and Chathura Madhushan, will be
Starting
leading their
11s
team
for
from
today's
the back,
opening game.
playing in defense, ensuring
Jersey number 3, Marco
that the
Fernando.
opposing team doesn't get past them.
Lanbari Mate, jersey number 8, Samuel Nemo, jersey number 9,
Will be interesting to see
captain, jersey number 10,
how these teams
Chabi Yazin,
manage their players as well.
jersey number 11,
It's a long tournament.
Dilshan Fernando,
There'll be a
jersey
lot of
number
football
30,
being played
Rumesh Mendes,
throughout these upcoming weeks. A lot of
jersey
exciting
number 19,
fixtures as well.
Suwinder, Fernando,
Will be interesting to
jersey
see
number
the
21,
coaches
Rasan Dilruksha Pereira,
and how
jersey number 23,
they
Rashida
manage
Kumara, goalkeeper.
the tournament, manage their players in the process as well.
Jersey number 1, Chanaka Sandurwan, jersey number 2, Kamidu Fernando, jersey number 5, Nimesh Dilshan, jersey
Players
number
posing
7,
for the
Kamidu
photographs.
Fucharik, jersey number 12,
Last of the formalities,
Anjana Fernando,
for they
jersey
will be
number
taking the
14,
pitch.
Sachit Madhushka Fernando, jersey number 15, Sasnika
And in the
Ruksha,
background you can
jersey
also
number
see
17, Ramesh Dilshan,
Sri Lanka football banner
jersey number
flag
20, Rasit Fernando, jersey number 25,
held up.
Gehan Eranda, jersey number 27, Sheril Fernando, jersey number 30, Primal Fernando.
Of course, the Super League
Head coach,
is kicking off
Shiranta Kumar.
after a hiatus of
Starting
3 to
11
4
for
years,
Blue Eagles today,
and every
jersey
football
number
fan
5,
in Sri Lanka will
Rohan
be quite
Fernando,
glad
captain, jersey number
that
6,
they are
Ishara
back.
Sandurwan, jersey number 7,
All these players
Nirmal Fernando, jersey number 10,
also
Firaz Zahir, jersey
will be
number
quite
11,
excited at the
Faiz
prospect
Umar,
of this
jersey number
mouth-watering
12,
opportunity,
Chamit Disanaika,
at the prospect
jersey number 15, Rasik
of
Kaskar,
making sure that they
jersey
shine
number 21, Udara Deshan,
in
jersey
the biggest
number
of
23,
stages
Mohammad Morset, the
of
goalkeeper,
Sri Lanka
jersey
football,
number 24,
and at a
Steven
period
Fernando,
where
jersey number 28,
the entire world's focus is on this beautiful game,
jersey number
this
2,
beautiful game of football.
Nazrul Nazan,
These
jersey
players
number
will
2,
also be looking
Ishan Danushka, jersey number 4,
channel
Dinesh
their talent
Rajpal, jersey number 8,
and make sure
Kavindu
their
Ramshankar,
names are remembered
jersey number 9, Ganeshan Satis,
in the process as
jersey
well,
number 13, John Stevens, jersey number
while
14,
also ensuring
Rashid
that
Asif,
they lead their teams
jersey
to
number
glory.
16, Joffrey Sajid, jersey number 18, Amit Hansa Disanaika, jersey number 19, Kavindu Netsara, jersey number 27, Abdullah Yufaris, jersey number 33, Kankam Da Costa. The head coach is Tuan Rahim. The referee for today's match is Lakmal Veera Kodi. First assistant referee, Palita Hematunga. Second assistant referee, Chamaka Ridmal. Fourth official, Sabirul Hassan. Match Commissioner
Sinan Rasik, Referee Assessor Dylan Pereira, and Local General Coordinator Naina Kumari.
Final team photos of the starting 11 who will take center stage in this very first match of the Sri Lanka Football Super League. Kicking off at the Sugatadasa Stadium this Saturday. And here are the team cards for the Blue Eagles. Will be Rohan Fernando, Ishara Sandaruan, Ravindu Nirmal, Fernando Firaz Zahir, Mohamed Umar, Chamit Disanaika, Razik Askar, Udar Deshan, Mohamed Murshid, Stefan Fernando, and Kisejbi Prince. And they will, of course, be coached by head coach Tuan Rahim, who will want a strong performance from his team. Captains, of course, getting ready for the toss. This is the New Youngs FC. Starting lineup will be Marco Fernando, Lanbari Marti, Samuel Nimo. Opportunity for the New Youngs. Players are appealing for a handball. It's not the case. He's the number 10, Chabi Yassin, who made that run. Skillfully cut through those defenders there. Here's Marty Samuel for the New Youngs. An attacking set piece opportunity in the very opening few minutes of the game. Five players inside the box for the New Youngs. All of them crowded more towards the near post. And here's Chabi Yassin making a run. And it is directed towards Chabi Yassin. New Youngs still possession of the ball in the box. Again, a shaky start for the Blue Eagles in these opening few minutes. Missing that opportunity at a clearance. However, throw-in opportunity again for the Youngs. Here's Chabi Yassin with the cross. Goalie does enough to swat the ball away. Once again, the New Youngs flirting at the edge of the box with the goal. Another free throw in. Going for the bicycle kick forward. might just be an offside. That is offside, deemed by the referee. Wasn't a very hard call. Goalkeeper once again going towards the right wing of his. In goal for the Blue Eagles, we have Mohammad Murshid. Cleared away by the New Young's defense. That might be reckless foul there. Here's Murshid once again, this time rocketing it straight through the middle. They're opting to play more in their opponent's half here. The Blue Eagles just given possession away again. Here the Youngs now looking to build from the back. And the interception from Udara Deshan of the Blue Eagles will barge straight into the referee. Firaz Zahir with a pass forward, but unfortunately doesn't find any of the Blue Eagles attackers. Here's Prince. Pushing the players back, playing it long. That's a good tackle there from the Blue Eagles defense. Seems like the players have just settle down a little bit here after a scary few opening minutes. Just slowing down the game a little bit. The Blue Eagles making sure they play at their own pace, that they are not drawn in by any of the momentum created from the New Youngs. Long searching pass into the box. Rashmi Kumar deal well with that. Possession given away. Firaz Zahir once again with that through ball, just not finding any of his attackers despite cutting through the defense. Kumar with a long ball again. Marty Samuel. Samuel has been tasked with those long balls so far in this opening encounter. Both keepers just passing it straight to the opposite end of the fields. Kept in there. Possession turned over and immediately booted out. Not the pass that he was looking for. And here are the Blue Eagles now. Once again attempting hugging that touchline. Just unable to keep it in. So far in this game, really liked what we've seen of Chabi Yasin on the ball there, playing in the midfield for the New Youngs, just making sure that he makes his presence felt. And it looks like the plays also go through him. Player New Youngs will be relying on by the looks of it in order to ensure that there is cohesion between the defense and the attack for their teams. With the first quarter almost coming to an end here. Seen a back and forth game. We also have in the commentary box alongside us Nawad Vikrama. Very good evening, Nawad.
Good evening, Bilal, and welcome to everyone joining on for this opening match of the Super League 2026 organized by the Football Federation of Sri Lanka here at the Sugatadasa Stadium. Initial 15 minutes has all been the men in green, New Youngs from Vennapur. The Eagles haven't been able to break out from their own half, but here's Stephen Fernando coming very close, just as I say. Good hustle from the youngster. And showing great awareness as well. He knew there wasn't anyone inside the box along with him. Tried to dink it over the on-rushing Rashmika Kumara. As Anbari Mati brings it forward, the Moroccan. There are two Moroccans in this New Youngs 11. Two Moroccans, two Ghanaians, Samuel Nemo and Marty Samuel for New Youngs. Lot of support for Blue Eagles. As Firaz Zahir, one of the key men for Blue Eagles here today with the throw-in.
It was Zahir's pass early on that just unlocked that opportunity to go for goal as well. So he has made those key passes. Just has to find that attacker to take it from that point forth. Zahid once again with the throw in. Crowd of defenders there, putting pressure on the Blue Eagles receivers. Here's Zahir now with the cross that's deflected. Yassin makes a run forward. Fernando just isn't unable to keep control of that ball there. With that shot at goal, we've just seen momentum shift a little bit towards the Blue Eagles. Kumar doing well. Again, barreling it down, and here's an opportunity for the New Youngs to make a counter, but that's immediately snuffed out by the charging defense there. Looked like it was Zahir, if I'm not mistaken. Here's Zahir once again, ball at his feet. He dribbles past one, past two, and he gives it forward to his attackers. Across. Opportunity that the Blue Eagles would have felt was wasted. He just couldn't get enough contact on that volley there. Here's that opportunity once again. The cross. Perfect cross there by Razik Askar. Just unable to get ball on boot for the Blue Eagles. Eagles now creating 2 goal scoring opportunities. Just unable to finish it off, however. There's another searching ball. Goes straight into the hands of Kumara. We'll restart once again. Lanbari Marty. The captain's pass. Intercepted. Here's opportunity once again. Askar with the ball at his feet. It's well intercepted. Apologies, that was Mohamed Umar with that previous cross. Marty Samuel once again will be tasked with restarting play. And looks like they've just won themselves a corner here, the New Youngs. They've been playing a lot of the football at the opposite end of the pitch. They'll be glad for this opportunity. But also, 20 minutes into this game, looks like the heat is taking a bit of a toll on the players here. It's a pretty warm day, pretty humid day here in Colombo, as per usual. But it's a brilliant bit of work there by the goalkeeper to swat that ball away. Samuel, the crossfield pass there towards his wing. Manages to keep it in. Pereira towards Yasin. Here's Stefan Fernando now. Just unable to find a blue jersey there. Faris Umar.
Marty Samuel sends the ball up front. Ball with Kingsby Prince for Blue Eagles rather. Prince again on the right. Puts in a cross. Again, comfortable collection for Rashmika Kumara. One of the 2 marquee players in the New Young's lineup. You need to have 2. That's the rule. Under 23 players. Ball up front once again from Prince. Too much weight behind it for Rasi Kaskar to go after. And here's Lanbari Marty, who is down, getting some stretchers in.
Sliding tackle there to get the ball away from the feet of Yasin. Yes, Prince. Bit of a heavy touch, but recovers quite well. Stefan Fernando. Keeper spills the ball. Ball at the feet of the Blue Youngs player, but is just able to recover in the nick of time there. Rashmi Kumar.
This was that early incident just before the hydration break. And of the 11, Bilal, of these New Young's starting 11, Rashmika Kumara has been the most susceptible in terms of performance in the first 25 minutes or so. He hasn't been that convincing. Youngster playing in elite level football after a very long time. And I think if Blue Eagles coaching staff, they have noticed, they would be well off taking some long range efforts. And of course be ready for those rebounds as well, like we saw in that game against Spain and Belgium. Both goals for Spain were scored off rebounds. So those are the little things that you need to be ready for. Be flexible, especially during a game. As New Youngs now looking to make a substitution, and it's going to be Marco Fernando early on. It's going to be substituted by jersey number 27, Arun Cheryl Fernando rather.
Play will start off once again after that hydration break. A necessary hydration break here at Sukadadasa for sure. Heat has been quite scathing.
Substitution for New Youngs.
New Youngs have just managed to give the ball away once again. They've been doing that rather cheaply here. Both these teams have been guilty of it. Something they'll have to take note of. Especially after this hydration break, we've seen how the momentum can shift as well. So both these teams will have to be on the lookout, have to be alert for any opportunities here that might just open up. Arun Fernando has just been injected into the midfield there. Opportunity, goes for shot, but gets in the way off that shot, the Blue Youngs defense. You haven't seen many of those taken by the New Youngs, the Blue Eagles defense. Here's Yasin once again, who goes down. Bit of a crunching tackle there by Prince. Just gets him on the shin. Haven't seen a lot of Yasin. Save for those opening few minutes where we did endow him with praise. However, has been a bit quiet, bit subdued afterwards in these past few minutes. He has just deemed it handball there. Play will restart with another long range pass towards the ranks of the Blue Eagles. And here's Prince once again with a pass into the feet of Razik Azkar. And the ball will go out of play. Still for the Blue Eagles here. Here's Firaz Zahir now. Will they be looking for that long throw? It definitely does look like it. Long run up here. Gets it into the box. Just unable to control it there. And attempt at a clearance. Bit of a tussle there. However, manages to get out of hot water for the moment. The New Youngs, they will have to defend this corner kick as well. Around 6 to 7 players there in the box and right outside the box for the Blue Eagles. And here's Zahir. Headed straight into the hands of Kumar. Looking for those passes. And it does look like Samuel Nemo has just gone down, and the medics are called over as well. New Youngs will be hoping that Nemo is okay, and by the looks of it, he will be good to play. Just have to stay out for a minute before he's able to get back into the game. A host of players surrounding the ball. But it is Marty Samuel who will once again be given the responsibility of getting good pass into the box here. And here's Marty Samuel straight towards goal, but just crashes into the side netting there. Mohamed Murshid with the restart once again. Once again a searching pass into Razik Askar, who gets to the ball. Done well by the New Young's defense there. It's Rumesh Mendis making sure he gets the ball out of play. Not throw-in opportunity for the Blue Eagles. And the Blue Eagles now gets the cross away. And is well defended once again by Lanbari Marty. Another cross into the box. Shot deflection. Kumar will just get to the ball right in the nick of time. Kumar once again looking a bit shaky now, but gets the job done for his team.
Yeah, Blue Eagles coming very close on a couple of occasions in the last few minutes. Tripped over. Kings Bay Prince. Tripped over by Shabil Yazin rather. And gets a yellow card for his troubles as well. Kings Bay gets the ball. And when he went for that run, Yazin hitting a foot right across Prince. There shouldn't be any questions on that yellow card. Head coach for Blue Eagles, Tuan Rahim, marking out some instructions. Firaz Zahir standing over this. Need a good delivery. Straight at Lanbari Marty, who has no troubles in hitting that ball out. His effort from range. I was talking about this just during the hydration break as well. Firaz Zahir.
Mohamed Murshid just making sure his players are where he needs them to be on defense. Here's Zahir once again. Looking for that pass that will pierce through the defense, but again, over the head of the defense, doesn't find one of his men. Kumar to Yasin. Given away by Rumesh Mendis. Here's Prince. Into the box. And he's deemed offside by the referee. As we approach the final 5 minutes of regulation time in this first half, both teams at 0 goals each. Stuan Rahim, head coach for the Blue Eagles, marshalling his troops from the sidelines.
Into the last 5 minutes of the first half, the opening game of Super League 2026. Initial exchanges dominated by New Youngs. They weren't able to score. Towards the end, Blue Eagles slowly but surely have come back into the game, created a few chances themselves. Shiranta Kumara, who has taken over the head coaching duties a few weeks back for New Youngs.
Shaturu Madushan, the captain, with the long ball towards the box. Almost half-hearted attempt there. Just hits the ball. New Youngs now with an opportunity to create some sort of an attack here. Will be the captain who will be making the throw in. Be looking for a long one here into the box. That's exactly where it goes. Only finds a blue jersey there. And the referee will go back into his pocket again. Cynical challenge. Like it was Fernando. 2 yellow cards now for the New Youngs. Not the most ideal first half. A good bit of skill there by the youngster, Mohamed Umar. As the confirmation, Asit Fernando with the yellow card. Has been a rather quiet first half now for both these teams. Will be interesting to see as they go into lemons what exactly their response would look like in the second half. Definitely feel like both teams will have to inject a lot more pace into their game. Almost feels a bit sluggish these final few minutes. Perhaps the heat also taking its toll on the players. Like we did mention before, it has been a very humid day here from the Sukadadasa grounds. Here are the Blue Eagles now, who are unable to make anything out of that opportunity.
Looks like there's going to be just 3 minutes of added time at the end of the first 45. Here's Zafari Zumar twisting and turning. But Blue Eagles give possession away. Sitsuinda, who is already on a yellow card.
Free kick opportunity for the Blue Eagles at dangerous part of the field. An opportunity to attack, an opportunity to cross the ball in and find the back of the net. Here's the cross coming in. Kumar just gets his fingertips to it.
Lucky, very lucky for New Youngs. Rashmika Kumara unable to punch that ball away properly. Going just past the far upright.
And it seems like as a result of collision, New Youngs will also have a player down. And Barry Marty just recovering from a collision. Here's that opportunity again. The ball just curving in there. Brilliant ball by Ishara Sandaruan. Here's the Blues again. Just spilled and saved by the defense. Kumar should have held on to that ball now, what I feel.
Definitely so. And Asitsuinda Fernando alert to the danger on that far post, heading it off the line.
The Eagles almost came away with a goal there in these extra 3 minutes. Just denied by the defensive awareness of Fernando. Kumara will be quite glad that he had his defender there. would have been a very sordid end to the first half for the New Youngs. And that will be the whistle. And the first half will end with both teams unable to find the back of the net. Both teams equally matched. Just unable to convert those opportunities into goals. That's the halftime confirmation. 0-0 in a deadlock. Both these teams. Will be interesting to see which of them come out with more hunger as the second half begins. Before that, we'll be moving on to the highlights of this first half. Of course, started off a lot of formal proceedings. The very first game in the Sri Lanka Super League. The New Youngs taking on Blue Eagles. The New Youngs in the opening few moments of the game were on the attack, but just afterwards, Blue Eagles grasped a hold of the momentum with that kick there. And then they really couldn't come back. Afterwards, the New Youngs, they were always on the defense. That was the yellow card to Fernando. Cynical foul and that opportunity. Prince unable to keep that ball down on the rebound as well. So a very interesting first half that will come to an end despite neither team having scored. And with that, we'll be moving to a short commercial break, and we'll be back with live action from the second half from the Sugatadasa Stadium in Colombo.
ස්ට්‍රේන් වල මෙම පුහුණු පාඨමාලාවේ ප්‍රධාන උපදේශක විදිහට කටයුතු කරනවා. ඉතින් මේ පාඨමාලාවේ ගොඩක් අපි කතා කරන්නේ ටෙක්නිකල් ටැක්ටිකල් සම්බන්ධව දේවල්, විශේෂයෙන්ම ග්‍රාස් රූට් වයසේ ළමයටත් යූත් ළමයටත් අපි මොනවද අපි පුහුණුවීම් වලදී ලබා දෙන්න ඕන කියලා. ඉතින් මේක මම විශේෂයෙන්ම මේ කෝස් එක පටන් ගන්න ඕනේ කියලා ලංකාවට හඳුන්වා දෙන්න ඕනේ කියලා කල්පනා කරේ. ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ පාපන්දු ඇකඩමි දැන් ගොඩාක් බිහි වෙලා තියෙනවා. ඒ වගේම පාසලට, ඒ වගේම සමාජගත කරන්න. එතකොට මේ ඇකඩමි වල ඉන්න කෝචස්ලා ඒගොල්ලෝ හරහා තමයි මේ දැනුම ග්‍රාස් රූට් ළමයට යන්නේ. විශාල සංඛ්‍යාවක් ඇකඩමි වල පුහුණුවීම් ලබනවා. නමුත් මම හිතනවා මේ කෝචස්ලාට මේ නොලෙජ් එක යන්න ඕනේ. ඒ නිසා මේ පාඨමාලාව ඔබ හදාරනවා කියන්නේ පුහුණු කරුවෙක් විදිහට රටේ අනාගතේ මීට වැඩිය හොඳ තැනකට අපේ රටේ ක්‍රීඩකයන්ව ගෙනියන්න පුළුවන්. බොහොම ස්තුතියි.
මම හර්ෂිනී මදුෂානි ගම්පහ තක්ෂිලා විද්‍යාලයෙන්. ඇත්තට මම හිතන්නේ ගොඩාක් අත්දැකීම් ගත්තා. අපි බොහොම පිරිසක් මේත් එක්ක එකතු වුණා. සියලුම දෙනා මම හිතනවා ගොඩාක් පාපන්දු හැකියාව කුසලතා වර්ධනය කරන්නේ කොහොමද කියලා A to Z කියලා දෙනවා. ඒක ඇත්තටම වටිනවා. C license course එක එහා ගිහිල්ලා මේ ප්‍රායෝගික ප්‍රැක්ටිකල් පුහුණුවීම් ගොඩාක් අපිට ලැබලා දුන්නා. ඒ තුලින් මම හිතනවා රටේ අනාගතයට මේක හරියට ක්‍රියාවට නැන්නුවොත් රටේ අනාගතේ හොඳ පාපන්දු ක්‍රීඩකයන් බිහි කරීමේ හැකියාව අපි සියලු දෙනාටම තියෙනවා. සියලු දෙනාටම මම ආරාධනා කරනවා මේ පුහුණුවීම්ගේ වලින් ගන්න පුළුවන් උපරිම ප්‍රතිඵල අරගෙන රටේ අනාගත දක්ෂ පාපන්දු ක්‍රීඩකයන් බිහි කරමු කියලා.
அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். நான் டிலக்ஷன் நொதர்ன் ப்ரவின்ஸ் மன்னாரில் இருந்து வந்திருக்கிறேன். கிராஸ் ரூட் கோச்சிங் கோர்ஸுக்கு வந்திருக்கிறேன். இது உண்மையிலே ஒரு பிரயோசனமான பயனுள்ள ஒரு கோர்ஸ். ஸ்கூல் கோச்சர்ஸ், பிடி டீச்சர்ஸ், ஃபுட்பாலில் இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் இருக்கிற எல்லாருமே கட்டாயம் இந்த கோர்ஸஸை நீங்கள் ஃபாலோ பண்ணணும். லாங்குவேஜ் பிரச்சனை இங்கே இல்லை. கட்டாயம் இந்த கோர்ஸை நீங்கள் எல்லோரும் ஃபாலோ பண்ணுங்கள். இது ஒரு வெளிவான கோர்ஸ். இதற்கால ஒரு ஃப்யூச்சர் உங்களை ஃபுட்பாலில் இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் இருக்கிறவங்கள வளர்க்குறதுக்கு ஒரு பிரயோசனமான கோர்ஸாக அமையும்.
Hi, my name is Reginald Eroshin. I love this game because this is something that everyone should love in Sri Lanka, not just in Sri Lanka. If you see, if you take the international grounds, everyone loves football. I thought I want to do this professionally, and when I was looking into it in the academy itself, I was introduced to Football Federation Sri Lanka, and I was announced that there is a course that you can do from the beginning itself. From grassroots to D license, C license, A license, and every other license that is capable of me coaching for even local and international football teams. If you are interested, if you are a player, and if you are looking forward to do something about this sport for the international or the local market, where students can learn football, where you would love to teach about football, this would be the perfect course. If you want to start somewhere, grassroots coaching sessions will be the first fundamental stuff where you can learn a lot of things that even most of mainstream players doesn't know. So if you love the game, play the game, or learn it and teach it.
You are our family and we are your family. This family together, we need to take this game forward that the country went through in 2022 in terms of economy, in terms of business, education, Aragalaya. Then again, we went through a suspension period.
Hello and welcome back to the live coverage of the first game of Super League 2026 organized by the Football Federation of Sri Lanka. At the break, it's 0-0 between Blue Eagles and New Youngs. New Youngs dominating in the first 15-20 minutes of play, and towards the end it was Blue Eagles who created those chances and almost benefiting from a couple of mistakes from the goalkeeper Rashmika Kumara for New Youngs. Straight away, big collision.
Nasty collision there very early on for the overseas player. Sharis Andaruan of the Blue Eagles, who just looking to hit that ball, catches Yasin instead. Good interception there by Prince. However, good recovery once again by the New Youngs. Yeah, the Youngs once again just giving possession away rather cheaply. Pereira has been guilty of just letting the ball run away, just like he did previously quite a few times in this game. Something that perhaps the team would have to pay a bit of attention to, because it's not the first time he has let the ball run away into touch. Have been previous few occasions as well. Yeah, the Blue Eagles with the throw in now. Eagles managing to get back possession courtesy of Prince, who makes a cross-field pass there into the young 21 Udara Deshan. Deshan's just unable to keep control of that ball. That will run away. Opportunity for the Blue Eagles now to make an impact in these opening few minutes of the second half. They had plenty of opportunities in the first half as well. They take the corner shot. Here's Zahir now. Zahir skips past one, puts in the cross, and just unable to keep that down. He gets contact. Brilliant cross there. And the number 12, Chamit Disanayaka, just unable to keep that ball down. Instead, it ricochets off over the top of goal. So early on, a few scares once again for the New Youngs. Kumar will be quite glad that Disanayaka didn't get the contact he would have preferred to. Here are the New Youngs now. Once again with that pass that just hugs on to the touchline. However, they get away with it this time. And here the New Youngs now. Just caught offside there. Mohammad Murshid hasn't been tested a whole lot here by the New Youngs. He's had a rather quiet game, rather uneventful game so far.
That early opportunity definitely should have been a goal, and on the other end, couple of chances. The second one is good for New Youngs, and it's Rumesh Mendes who scores for New Youngs against the run of play. And surprisingly, mistake coming from Sri Lanka third choice goalkeeper Mohammad Murshid, going after it, unable to punch it properly. The Rumesh Mendes, his first crack at goal, defended. The next one, the header, unable to keep it out, and it's New Youngs who scores the first goal of the Super League 2026.
That's something we didn't see coming at all, the way the Blue Eagles were playing. But the New Youngs just pouncing on a golden opportunity, a lapse of concentration. And then they now find themselves one up here in this opening encounter against...
How often have we seen this, Bilal? Mistakes coming from one team, not taken advantage of. Just one mistake from the opposite side, and the goal comes, especially from Mohammad Murshid, Sri Lanka's third choice goalkeeper. And on the other end, this time Marcet Fernando clears it out for a throw-in.
We were just singing the praises of Murshid, saying how he has had an uneventful game so far. Just like that, seems like the commentator's curse had got to him. And a goal conceded by the Blue Eagles. Will be interesting to see if the way the New Youngs play will change after that goal. They haven't had a lot of attacking conviction in the way they played. They're playing with three forwards in Samuel Nemo, Asit Fernando, and Dilruksha Pereira. We haven't seen Nemo on the ball a lot. So perhaps that's something that might have been a talking point as they did go into the sheds at halftime. Long ball by Prince. Here's Yasin now looking for a counter attack. However, once again gives the ball away. The New Youngs. Marty Samuel towards Nemo. Solitary man in front, and once again ball just goes out of play there. Umar is not very happy with that pass. Lanbari Marty quite convinced that did not touch him as the ball went out of play. However, throw in for the Blue Eagles now. They go into the box there. Lanbari Marty doing quite well to dispatch possession from the Blue Eagles. However, ball has just gone into touch there and the player has gone down. Marty wins his team a free kick. It will be Samuel. Once again with that long pass. Deft little footwork here by Marty. I was looking for the through pass. Instead, find the legs of his own player, blocking that pass. Here's a long effort now that will go into the hands of Kumar. Heavy touch there will result in possession being exchanged. Was that previous attempt at goal straight into the hands of Kumar. This time taking no risks. Marty Samuel does the needful. That's a great pass there. Referee just having a word with Dilruksha Pereira. He's been making quite a few of those sliding tackles. Free kick opportunity now. Just a one-man wall for Ishara Sandruan. Once again, that curving free kick. Yeah, the Blue Eagles once again will be looking for that cross. Blue Eagles passes back instead, and here's Prince now. Looking to take the ball forward. Goes past one, goes past two. Is unable to get past the third defender. Dilshan Fernando for the New Youngs. Just making sure he stops play there. And here's King Prince once again. Perfect ball in. And I definitely feel like instead of going for that header, would have been effective to go for that volley instead, considering how shaky Kumar has been in goal today. Because he has done quite well so far. He's also had some help from the defense as well. Once again, foot sticking out there. We've had a number of fouls now in this opening quarter of this second half. Yeah, the Eagles still with possession, just unable to get that ball away. Defense doing quite well. Stuttering forward, but moving forward nevertheless. But this time, and that's deemed offside once again. Has been a stop-start affair here these past few minutes. Neither team finding that flow, finding that rhythm that they would have wanted to get into. Of course, you also have to consider the fact that this is the first game some of these players might be playing together. So as the tournament progresses, so will the cohesion, so will the chemistry between these players. We saw how in the Champions League that just finished, that was the exact story of how those teams started and how they finished. Players getting acclimatized to the conditions of the ground as well. It's again a little bit of a scare. A little bit of shove. Kumar is not very happy with that, and understandably so. It's quite unnecessary by the number 13, John Steben. And there will be a substitution. Number 7 coming in for Pereira. It's Kavin Sucharit. Of course, Dilruksha Pereira hasn't had the best of games so far. And the coach will be hoping that Kavin Sucharit can make a difference here, can make an impact, and that's exactly what the substitute himself would want. To show his coach what he's capable of, to show his team that they can rely on him. Delaying that cross on multiple occasions now. Getting into that prime spot, but just not getting the ball into the box there. Allowing the New Young's defenders to close that space and disrupt their shot. We've had just over an hour of football here. And it's the New Youngs who find themselves in the lead at halftime. Both teams were 0-all, but then just finding the back of the net, courtesy of an uncharacteristic mistake from the Blue Eagles. Here the Eagles now, they're making some headway, but just a touch. Touch too hard. That will give the ball away. Once again, making the right pass, but just a moment too late there, the New Youngs. Now the Blue Eagles on the counter now. Here's Stephen. Goes for goal, rather than ambitious effort there. Does not disturb Kumar.
From here on in, it's more or less a matter of who has the better fitness, especially in domestic Sri Lankan football, with the Super League starting after quite some time. As Lakmal Virakodi dishes out the first yellow card of this second half to Samuel Nemo of New Youngs. All three yellow cards have gone to New Youngs players.
On the record that they'd want to have 3 yellow cards already in the very first encounter of the game. However, New Youngs still find themselves in the lead by just 1 goal, but in the lead nevertheless. Eagles once again. It's some deft passing. Moving the ball forward now. Looking for that pass into the box. Good contact for that clearance, Marty Samuel. You boot it forward into the opposite end of the ground. And play will resume, courtesy of a throw-in for the New Youngs. So some good purchase there from that kick. New Youngs now with opportunity. Yasin on the ball. Surrounded by blue jerseys. The substitute, Kavin Sucharit, just gives the ball away. Sucharit's first real touch of the ball in this game. Just not finding the right amount of contact there in that kick. Marty Samuel will once again just kick that ball away from danger.
It was a good ball towards the left, but once again Blue Eagles hampered by poor decision making. as they get a corner. Needs a good ball from Ishara Sandharuwan, the former St. Joseph's player. Ball coming in towards the far post. Here's Yazin should have gone on his own and shot on the left away from the goal. Stuck in between two minds. Shabi Yazin. Acres of space on his left. Another big opportunity gone begging for New Youngs as we go into the hydration break with Blue Eagles. Goal down and a lot to do.
Good reading of the pass there by Fernando as well, the defender for the Blue Eagles. Just managed to get into that passing lane. And Shabi Yasin definitely could have done a bit better than that. And with around 71 minutes on our clock, the New Youngs will find themselves in the lead. One goal up against the goalless Blue Eagles. Last minute instructions there on the coach, Tuan Rahim.
We've seen things changing 180 compared to before and after the hydration break. Bilal in the World Cup, especially in that game against Congo and England. Let's see if Blue Eagles can turn things around. They've been very lackluster in that attacking third in the second half. Maybe needing some fresh legs. Here's a ball on the left towards the far post, and just like that, Blue Eagles equalizers, and it's Udara Deshan, the simplest of tap-ins at the far post in the 74th minute, makes it 1-1 here at the Sugatadasa Stadium.
Definitely some brilliant work there. That pass just cut in through those defenders, and then the cross coming right in. If I'm not mistaken, it was Ishara Sandharuwan who made that pass and just cut in through those defenders onto his wing, and perfectly done by the Blue Eagles wing there. They're on level terms now, the Blue Eagles and the New Youngs. New Youngs defense will find themselves quite disappointed by that. All they had to do was hold on. However, they just allowed the Blue Eagles pierce through their defense. Find themselves on level terms now, on equal footing. 1-1 is what the scorecard will read. With one final quarter to go, both these teams will find themselves having to play their heart out in this blistering heat as well here in Sugurudasa. Goal scorer Deshan just slips there, however, manages to recover in time. Huge tackle coming in, statement tackle there, I have to say, from the New Youngs. Gets to the ball, however, also gets the player in the process, and there will be medical aid needed.
As they make a substitution, New Youngs. Dilshan Fernando being replaced by Anjana Fernando. Here's that pass, very close. Can get a slow-mo of it. A very tight call for an offside, but nonetheless, the decision stands. Two Eagles on the ascendancy. Just over 10 minutes left in this game. Blue Eagles with a boost of energy. Deshan, the goal scorer.
Little too much on that pass there. Deshan was free himself, however, went to the opposite end. Just injects a little too much power into that. Once again, ball lobbed in. Good control by the Blue Eagles, and opportunity. Kumar gets there. There is a bit of a collision. Both Kumar and John Stephen on the ground there.
Straight away got up after that collision, but now down clutching his chest. Which will allow his team New Youngs to regroup after conceding that goal a couple of minutes ago.
Brilliant pass there. And, good awareness from Kumar to just rush towards that ball. He saw John Stephen coming in. He had to make that decision, and oh, there's a collision. And play will resume. Nevertheless, both players unharmed. Yeah, the New Youngs now. Yassin with the header. once again. And that looks like another card. That looks like another card for the New Youngs, and this will be their 4th yellow card of this game, if I'm not mistaken. Four yellow cards in this game, and all 4 for the New Youngs. And ooh, there's that boot right into the face of that player, attempting that bicycle kick, finding player's chin instead of the ball. Play will resume once again. Murshid going for that long range effort. Long range shot rather. Pass into his attacking ranks. Under 10 minutes of regulation time here, according to our clock. Of course, there will be some added time as well. There were a lot of stoppages in this second half. Players going down multiple times. But here's an opportunity now. Just is able to intercept that pass of the New Youngs. Yeah, the New Youngs once again on the counter. Good run there by Arun Fernando. Prince now with space in front of him. There's some good awareness there by Martis Hamill. Get to that pass. Cut that pass out. Once again, opportunity. Kumar charge down. Find enough contact. Get that ball away. Again, it's Steven. Gets into a collision. Bari Martin just signaling him. Calm down. Just a few minutes to go in regulation time. New Youngs and Blue Eagles will find themselves with 1 goal apiece to their name. It will be interesting to see which of these teams can actually break this deadlock. They will want to start their campaign off with a win. want to make a statement. Quiet passage of play after that goal from the Blue Eagles. Both teams in their opening encounter still signs of needing to find that rhythm. So I'm going for a goal at long range. Just a little too much on it. Ambitious effort. To no avail for the New Youngs. Oh, and this is good stuff from Lanbari Marty. Just isn't able to hold on to that ball for too long, and they'll find themselves one defender short. However, good job there by the midfield for just filling that gap. Here's Prince, he'll be looking to his right. There's that pass once again. And good bit of control, good bit of composure shown there by the New Young's defense. The crowds rolling in for this very first match of the Sri Lanka Football Super League. One that will cause traction in these upcoming weeks as well. We haven't seen Zahid a lot on the ball either in this second half. He was everywhere in that first half, but just seems to have taken a step back. Blue Eagles will definitely want to see more of him on the ball. And they are, to make sure that they win this game. Free kick opportunity now for the Blue Eagles. They'll have to make something happen here. It's Zahir on the ball. A two-man wall for Kumar. What will Zahir do? Will he try to curve it in? We know he has that shot in his arsenal. Here's Zahir now. Instead, he goes for the cross. Just is denied of a goal once again. Rather, the defense of the New Youngs coming to the fore there. Exactly what the New Youngs would like to see as well. The New Youngs have been quite good on their defense there. Although their attack might have seemed just a bit disjointed. The defense has been quite good. Quite coordinated as well. Except for that one moment where Aishan Sanderwan was able to pierce through it. A brilliant through ball there. And it looks like there will be another substitution Tankam De Costa coming in along with Ganesh and Sadis. That's the end of regulation time here, and we'll be having 3 added minutes. 3 minutes for both these teams to make something happen. They find themselves on a deadlock, and here's an opportunity across, but done brilliantly there by Mohammad Murshid. Just hanging on to that ball, or has he looked quite solid. And immediately a counter from the Blue Eagles. Perhaps the best of the lot that we've seen so far in terms of counter-attacking from the Eagles. Searching ball towards the direction of that box, but just finding Kumara's steady hands instead. Having Sucharit there, that you saw on your screen. Substitute. Hasn't been able to do much with the ball at his feet there. Kavin Sucharit playing at forward, but in his defense, he hasn't been fed the ball a lot either. And for perhaps the last few plays of the game, Tadi throw in there. Rather anti-climatic finish to this game. Both teams looking a bit complacent in these final few minutes of the game. Perhaps heat getting to the teams as well. What a good game we've seen from that number 10, Yasin there. And an equally good, if not better game from the opposing number 10 in Zahir. In that opening half of the game, he was everywhere. And that will be the final whistle of the game. Both teams will find themselves on equal footing. They will find themselves with 1 goal to their name each, and the very first game in this opening fixture of the Sri Lanka Football Super League will end in a draw between the New Youngs and the Blue Eagles. Dara Deshan with the equalizer for the Blue Eagles. And it does look like it will be Udara Deshan who will be adjudged the man of the match for today, with that all-important goal and the good composure he showed as well. Have to say Ishar Sandharuwan with his passes in that midfield, and also with those free kicks and those crossers off of the corner. It's quite brilliant as well. The threat that he can pose to any team will be quite important for the Blue Eagles moving on. And here are the teams that have come out to support the Blue Eagles and the New Youngs as well. A decent crowd coming in this opening fixture of the game. A crowd that will just keep on increasing as the tournament rolls on. Here's the full-time confirmation. The New Youngs and the Blue Eagles with 1 goal to their name. Both goals coming in the second half. At halftime, both these teams found themselves unable to pierce through each other's defense. But then, as time went on, and the highlights from the second half, a lot of opportunities for the Blue Eagles that just went under the radar. And here was that first goal, that uneven bounce from that header, unable to be kept out from the defender there. In hindsight, he should have gotten his body behind the ball instead of going for that kick. Few yellow cards as well that we saw. Not the most ideal record for the New Youngs. They started off their game, they started off their campaign with 4 yellow cards to their name, and here was that goal, that brilliant equalizer. Team effort there from the Blue Eagles, just making sure they were in the right place at the right time, making those runs. Perfectly done. And a lot of opportunities that were created, just unable to finish them off. And here are the fixtures for this week. Colombo FC will be taking on Defenders FC tomorrow at 3:30. And then Blue Star taking on Upcountry Lions on the 17th, that's next week. Renown SC taking on Ratnam SC on the 18th. And Seahawks taking on Red Star on the 20th of July. So we have some very exciting fixtures coming up in this week 1 of the game, and all to play for both these teams, for all these teams as well. They'll want to start off their campaign strong. They'll want to flex their guns, flex their players, flex their new strategies as well in this week 1, and set the tone for the tournament as it goes on. Some will be an interesting game tomorrow. Colombo FC taking on Defenders FC. Colombo, of course, historically quite a strong team. And we will have a look at the tournament calendar as well. And here we go, week 1 that just kicked off today with the very first game between New Youngs and Blue Eagles. Of course, we'll have 9 exciting weeks of Super League action here. It will be quite interesting to see who will come out on top in this battle of the Titans here in this Super League organized by the Sri Lanka Football Federation. So all these matches will be played at the Sukadasa Stadium as of now. This is exactly where the last Super League games were played as well, the Sugatadasa Stadium. That's where we will start off 4 years later after hiatus, and boy, are we glad to have the Super League back. It's brilliant to see these teams coming to the fore as well, and brilliant to see these players taking up this opportunity also. We'll be seeing a lot of exciting overseas talent as well playing for these games. They will be having 2 marquee players for each team. A requirement for each team here. Will be interesting to see how their talent, how their experience, how their style of play will work. And we'll be having one interview, the man of the match. And over to you, Navod.
දේශන් අද පළවෙනි තරගය බ්ලූ ඊගල්ස් නිව් යංග්ස් කණ්ඩායමත් සමග සුපර් ලීග් එකේ ගෝලයක් ලබා ගන්න අද තරගය ගැන මොකද හිතන්නේ ඔයාගේ performance ගැන?
ඇත්තටම ගොඩක් සතුටුයි අද මගේ performance එක ගැන. ඒ වගේම ශ්‍රී ලංකා ගුවන් හමුදාපතිතුමාටම ශ්‍රී ලංකා පාපන් සම්මේලනයේ සභාපතිතුමා ජස්සරු මුර්මු මහතාට බෙහෙම ස්තුතිවන්ත වෙනවා මේ අවස්ථාවේදී මේ වගේ තරඟාවලියක් තිබීම සම්බන්ධව. ඒ වගේම ඇත්තටම ශ්‍රී ලංකා ගුවන් හමුදාවත් මේ නිව්ස් කණ්ඩායම අතර ඉතාමත් හොඳ තරඟයක් පැවැත්වුණා. ඇත්තටම මගේ performance එක ගැන මට ඉතාමත්ම සතුටුයි. ඒ වගේම අපේ කෝච්ටද ඒ වගේම මේ අපගේ සභාපතිතුමාටද බෙහෙම ස්තුතිවන්ත වෙනවා අපට හැම දෙයකින්ම උදව් කරා. ඇත්තටම සතුටුයි මේ වගේ තරඟාවලියක් තිබීම සම්බන්ධව.
බොහොම ස්තුතියි.
And that was Deshan, the man of the match, the goal scorer for the Blue Eagles. With his equalizer, he was at the right place at the right time. Made sure he got that tap in correctly. And that will be the action for today. But stay tuned with us. We'll be bringing to you a lot of live action throughout this entire week. We'll be having Colombo FC taking on Defenders FC. And we will see you at the Sugatadasa Stadium tomorrow. For now, this is Bilal Marikar and Navod Vijay Vikrama signing out.